Chaos, greed, mass deportations. There's a whole lot of shit that people get pissed off about.
Yeah.
So let's just go ahead and talk about it.
Let's address the sensitivity.
Yeah, well, let's try to get rid of the sensitivity.
Because a lot of these four-legged just sensitive. Like, shut up.
Four-leggeds. He's
Yeah.
talking about bitches.
Exactly.
Look. There's been, we got to stop calling women bitches.
Why?
We have to. Because a bitch is a female dog. And dogs are known for their loyalty, and these bitches ain't loyal.
Right, Chris Breezy.
So we gotta. These hoes ain't loyal.
He over here spitting.
We gotta stop calling women bitches. Not just because it's disrespectful, but because it just doesn't suit them by definition.
It ain't true.
A lot of these women ain't loyal. They might love you. They ain't loyal to you.
Just for the moment.
For the moment. You make one slip up, one mistake, boy, they out.
Skedaddle. Yeah, man. So yesterday we bombed Iran, right? What's up with that?
3 different nuclear sites hit. I saw it. I'm not gonna lie. I saw the pictures.
Yeah.
And it didn't look like there was a lot of damage. They're claiming there was a substantial amount. They tried this new missile. It was called an MOP, a MOP. I forgot what the fucking acronym stands for, but it's actually a missile that's made to destroy like bunkers and shit like
Mission
that.
on pussy.
So it's made to actually hit, keep going into the ground, find the bunker.
It's a bunker buster.
Yeah, it's a bunker buster. And so apparently that one was effective, but we'll see. Yeah, what was it? Two stealth bombers, a bunch of Hellcat missiles from Tomcat missiles, whatever the fuck they're called. From the boats was fucking fired over at another location. So it was three locations in total.
I remember that they were stating a few days back that the regular MOP missile wasn't good enough to fucking I guess blow up the nuclear site because Iran had purposely built it deep enough where that wouldn't affect it. That thing was only going to affect like top layer of it, which is why they were like they had to strategically hit it multiple times to, I guess, be effective. I don't
affect the proper amount of damage.
Yeah, I haven't looked into it, so I can't really speak much on it. I'm just like, what the fuck's going on, man? I don't know if Iran isn't supposed to have nuclear weapons. Shit just came out the blue.
Where the motherfucking USA? How we don't have something that can touch anywhere and everywhere is beyond me at this point. I know there's other countries that are pretty close as far as arsenal goes to us, but how we don't have something that'll reach down there and destroy that bunker, mind-boggling.
Yeah, I think they said that the bunker buster would only hit like 200 to 300 feet underground, and they had built their shit like 400 feet underground, so it wasn't gonna completely destroy it.
You gotta give the Middle East credit for that, man. They are known for fucking digging shit deep and
they going deep.
I mean, they have their Air Force bases built in fucking mountains and shit like that. Like that, they got
like
some creative
real
shit.
like Star Wars type.
Yeah,
fucking
like full on
flying out of the
shit. In fact, I think when we did our episode on deep underground military bases, I think we brushed on some of that as well.
The dumbs.
There was the dumbs for the dum-dums. For the dummies. But no, I mean that's I don't agree with going in and just attacking unprovoked.
Yeah.
Right? When you're the biggest military, you got the most weapons, the biggest arsenal on hand, and then you go and start just fighting other people to fight someone else's battles.
Yeah.
It almost seems like you're being a bully, right?
It's either that or you're just a hired gun.
Yeah.
It's like, which one is it?
Yeah. I mean, and it's always Israel, man. Why is it always Israel?
I don't know, man. It seems like Israel be getting into some shit.
What has Israel done for us to be so willing to throw ourselves on the fucking blade for them.
I don't know, but I know that whatever Ted Cruz, and I like Ted Cruz, but whatever he said, that ain't it.
What'd he say?
What he said to Tucker Carlson, he said the Bible told us. That ain't it, Ted. I'm gonna just go ahead and tell you right now that nope. I'm not going along with you on that one.
Show me where the Bible says we are to protect Israel at all costs.
Yeah.
Tell me where it says that.
It was funny because Tucker Carlson looked appalled. He said, "What?"
That must be some ultra New Testament. Like
Right.
there's New Testament. This is ultra New Testament.
Yeah.
We they made some new shit just
Yep.
for Israel.
Yep.
I don't know. That'll make sense to me.
What's the name of the book?
Fuckery at its finest.
The Book of America. What? Chapter 2025.
The Book of Bombs over Baghdad. I don't know. What are we calling this
fucking
shit?
crazy, man.
It's too much. It's too much.
Then you got all this ICE shit going on too, man.
Yo, people are getting so worked up over that. So worked up. If you're here illegally,
You know what's crazy?
you shouldn't be mad if you get round up and sent back. Just come back and do it the right way. Just go back in line, do it the right way.
I don't know if you remember. I forget what topic we was talking about a while ago, and I was telling you that Americans is just a bunch of spoiled brats. I don't think that the people that are pissed off is the people that's being deported. I think it's the spoiled brats, bro.
Yeah.
They're the ones mad.
It's the people that are virtue signaling and getting offended for other people when they don't have the fucking right to be offended.
Like, bro, if you speed 15, 20, 25 miles per hour over the speed limit every single day, don't get caught. That's fine. Just got lucky. But at some point when you fucking get pulled over and get a ticket,
accept it.
You,
like you
got caught.
Up. You did it.
Like are you just you got away with it for X amount of times, man. Just be.
And then, and you know what I really hate is these fucking protests. People are always finding reasons to protest here and block streets and do all this other shit here where it doesn't make a difference. People are being deported, and if you want to stop them from being deported, then go where they're being deported from. Or deported at to, I should say, and stop them from being able to get off the planes or the buses and shit.
So here's my issue with the protests. I don't have an issue with them protesting by all means. I mean, that's what
it's a right.
That's an American thing. We protest.
Right.
Normally it's peaceful, but lately it hasn't been. But whatever. I just don't get why you guys protesting in the middle of the roads and you're blocking other people from getting to and from work. Like people that ain't that won't know parts of it. You know, they're just like, listen, I'm gonna just stay over here, mind my business, go to work, earn my income to feed my family. You're fucking them over. Like, come on, just go to a park or something. Go, where did fucking Martin Luther King give his speech in D.C.? The March on Washington and shit. Go down there and protest. Go stand in front of the White House. Protest.
Like, protest where it fucking counts, where it fucking matters.
Don't be on Las Vegas Boulevard protesting. Don't be on the fucking 405 or the 10 freeway. Like, come on, man.
And don't let it get to a point where it's no longer a protest. It's a riot.
Yeah.
Right?
That's bad.
I mean, honestly, if you're blocking a street, most cities and states have laws against you just being a pedestrian in the fucking roadway. So you're already committing a crime, right? Unless it's done properly, where you get permits and you get, police cattle guarding the road, so that way it's just pedestrians and no fucking cars are driving on it. Yeah. The second you start obstructing traffic, you are now committing a crime. Therefore, it's no longer just a protest.
Right. And then when they come to detain you, at least, I wouldn't say fully arrest, because most of the time they'll just detain a lot of people, get you out of the roadway or whatever, and then probably cut you loose. But then when they come to do that, now you crying wolf and talking about you didn't do nothing and they're bullying you, and it's like, come on, man.
And then making up stories.
Call a spade a spade.
Oh shit.
Come on, man.
It is.
But you know what's funny about this whole thing? Is every country deports people, right? And I find it so hypocritical that the fucking the government officials of Mexico is coming out and trying to criticize us for deporting their citizens back there, right? when in 2023 those motherfuckers deported over 50,000 people out of their country. Almost 500 of them were Americans that they deported back here. So it's like, I don't want to hear it.
And not only that, you've had other presidents in the past that have deported way more than Trump.
No, I don't even want to talk about us. You guys are criticizing us as if we're doing something bad. Okay, cool. But then why do you do it? You do the same thing.
Every country does.
That's what I'm saying.
And a lot of countries have a lot more strict guidelines
they
and
go to
stuff to
prison.
even go into their country.
But some countries you go to prison if you get caught there. Like 8 years in prison for being caught as an illegal immigrant. So I mean, I understand the concept, right? Oh, we're all humans. We all deserve to live and go where
Absolutely.
we want to go. That's true in a perfect world. This world is far from that.
Say it again.
It's far from perfect. So we have to have some rules and guidelines, and we have to enforce them. We have to, because if not, we're fucked. I mean, come on, dude. Guys can't be oblivious to realizing we're one of the most hated countries in the world. We're one of the most hated. If we just allow everybody to come over, we're gonna have all kind of suicide bombers on every fucking airline tomorrow. Like it's not good. Like I understand a lot of them want to come over here and just work, but not all of them. So
Not all of them are coming here in search of the American
yeah.
dream. A lot of them are coming here to help us rot from within, and we do a fine job of that by ourselves. We don't need your fucking help.
Well, I mean, the terrorists
America's very good at destroying itself. We don't need outside sources helping out with that shit.
I mean, terrorists are they're smart individuals. They're not some low life bums that are just idiots. These terrorists are smart. So they will exploit any little weakness that they could see, and immigration is one of our weaknesses as a nation. Just being truthful. And so they will exploit that. If they see they're just letting people over, they're going to get to Mexico from wherever the fuck they are and walk across. And then they're going to blow up a marathon. They're going to crash a plane. Like, they're going to shoot up a movie theater. You don't know what they're going to do. So, I mean, we already have enough morons that are from here that want to do stupid shit like that. So, like you said, we don't need more.
Yeah, and then I just see on the news, and I don't know if it was an old clip that somebody brought back up or if this is something recent, but I think that Mexico had a bunch of people that were protesting blocking Venezuelans
That's what I said.
from going into Mexico, from even entering. They were protesting, stopping them, saying stop the invasion. The same shit you see here, people trying to like.
That's what I'm saying. So I know that the number one people that Mexico deports almost on a year-to-year basis is Guatemalans. They deport about 25,000 of them
Goddamn.
a year back to Guatemala.
And what's their reasoning for it? Have you looked any of that up?
I didn't look the reasoning. I don't even need to. You're deporting people because they don't belong in your country because they're not from your country. Because you criticize us for deporting people.
Because at least like, and look, it's not, again, you stated it yourself. It's not a perfect system. So there's gonna be some outliers where you're like, okay, well, that we shouldn't have deported that person. We shouldn't have done this. But right now, with how open our borders have been, right now we're playing catch up. So there's gonna be a lot more people that are caught in the trap, getting deported. And it's not because they're a bad person, but you know what? Hey, look, this is just a hard reset. We got to get all these people out and then put them back in a line to get back in, and we go from there.
But you know the biggest thing that everyone overlooked. They look at the it's fucked up part, right? And I get it. A certain degree of me believes it's fucked up too. But we are already in crisis ourselves as a nation. We don't have enough houses for the people who already live here. There isn't enough good paying jobs for the people who already live here. It's a number of things that are already failing, different systems that are in place that are failing us as citizens of this nation.
Right.
Then you want to bring more people here who are suffering and trying to become better. Where are they going to live? If we already have a housing crisis, where are they going to live?
And on top of that, just to caveat off of that, you're bringing these people in. A lot of them aren't finding work right away. A lot of them aren't doing things on their own right away. They need assistance from our government. So our government is, instead of aiding the citizens that are already having a lot of these problems, they're giving that aid and assistance to newcomers.
Exactly
Well,
what
what
I'm
is
saying.
that going to
It's
do?
crippling the system.
You're going to bring more and more people in and help them. Meanwhile, we're struggling, and what's going to happen? Except for eventually, it's going to get to the point where everyone unanimously across the board is struggling.
Yeah, and it keeps everybody in poverty because we have to keep a lid on it. We just can't say it's an unlimited amount that could come. No, we have to limit the amount. That way we could keep control of it. And then, I mean, it's like you living in a household. You have your household, you go to work, right? You have your income, and maybe your wife goes to work, she has her income, and you guys have 2, 3, 4 children. Your income is based off of your life and what you have. And then all of a sudden tomorrow, 10 more motherfuckers who don't work move into your house. Can you be able to sustain your household? No. There's going to be no food in there. There's going to be, like, you're just going to end up going broke. And that's what's going to happen if you look on it at a grander scale.
Because the U.S. is our house.
And we're going broke. Whether you guys believe it or not, we're going broke. I mean, some of it's because of the politicians, but we're going broke. They're fucking stealing all the money, the damn bastards.
And honestly, I think that's why there's such a wide amount of people that agree with Trump doing the whole tariff thing. I understand it. It's supposed to create a little bit of a strife and struggle at first, but in the grand scheme of things, it's supposed to do what? Force people to put more jobs back here to the U.S. Right? So eventually, it's going to fix it. It's going to be self-correcting, and we're going to be a little more self-sufficient instead of relying on imports from other countries and stuff like that. And it's going to create more work here where we can export more and make more money as well. So
it's two things. That's one part of it, and the other part that people don't really know because they don't really look into it, and no one's really speaking on it. Part of him doing the tariffs, if you heard him use the word reciprocal a lot, it's a reason. A lot of these nations have been charging us tariffs for decades. And I mean, when I say them charging us tariffs, they're charging us 100% on our products to send to their country for the
crazy amount difference of like
we're not charging them anything, or we're charging them 20% tariffs and they're charging us 100. So it's been an uneven playing field. So now he's like, no, you guys have been taking advantage of us all these years. We either gonna have to do 100 for 100, or we do 0 for 0. Which one is it gonna be?
What you want to do?
So
and a lot of people
bank, take little bank,
and a lot of people don't even understand where the whole idea for tariffs came from.
Yeah.
Or not the idea of tariffs, that's been around for fucking ever. But why we've decided to, as a nation, not charge high tariffs. And I could be wrong, but I think I read somewhere where it started because of World War II when we bombed Japan.
Probably.
And in an effort to help them rebuild afterwards, to create more peace, we let them charge whatever they needed in tariffs, and we charged a low amount or next to nothing to help them build up. Yeah. And so we ended up doing that with basically the rest of the fucking world as well. And now here we are, decades later.
Yeah, it's like taxes.
And we're still not evening the
What is the most ironic thing about taxes for you?
The most ironic?
Yeah, what is the most ironic thing when you think about taxes?
Look, taxes is bullshit. I don't like the idea.
Well, the most ironic thing,
I don't know about irony.
The most ironic thing to me about taxes is this nation was founded on fuck your taxes. Literally, we got tired of paying the British taxes.
Well,
and they said, no, fuck you.
Well, that was a little different because that was taxation without representation. At least our representation is here. However,
it's shitty though.
It's shitty. Yes, it is shitty. So I will give you that. But yeah, I think it's long
and
overdue.
Income taxes was only supposed to be for a certain amount of years,
right?
And it was supposed to go away. Never went away, and now it's gone up.
Same thing with daylight saving time.
Yeah, that shit needs to go away too. I like it getting
Stop
dark at 8.
Stop fucking with my clocks.
I like it getting dark at 8. I don't know about you.
What is the purpose for daylight saving still?
I
Like,
don't fucking know, bro.
I don't even understand. Like, so I know that is something that started during what World War I, and that was to help like manage funds with creating shit. I don't remember the exact reason why, but why is it still around?
I heard it has something to do with farming, but fucking ask Google.
Google Magic, my friends. While he's looking that up, let me just remind everybody that we love people that like our episodes and subscribe. So go ahead and hit that little button at the bottom. Two little buttons. One hit the subscribe button, one for the like. Drop a
So
comment.
it's supposed to help conserve energy. So it says daylight savings time is the practice of advancing clocks during the warmer months so that evenings have more daylight and mornings have less. The primary purpose is to make better use of daylight hours and potentially save energy, though its effectiveness is in these areas is debated. Meaning that motherfuckers don't believe that shit work.
I mean, well, yeah. If we keep it like where it is right now, we're like here in Las Vegas, Nevada, it's like 8 o'clock and then the sun setting at night.
Yeah, I like it.
Why? Well, so it would set later everywhere else too, right?
It just depends on where you are. But yeah, because if the sun's setting here at 8, then that means in the East Coast it's setting at about 11 p.m.
Oh, them motherfuckers get no sleep. They need blackout curtains in every house. Sales for blackout curtains would go through the roof.
I don't think the East Coast even go to bed early because if you look at like Boston games and shit when they're playing, bro, them games be ending at like midnight.
Yeah, so what would be the point of even changing the clock then? Like I don't understand that. We already have a shitty power grid that can't handle shit.
I like it
anyways. Like,
how it is now. Like we just need to leave it like this.
yeah,
I like
stop
it getting
changing.
dark at 8. That's perfect.
We gotta more worry about when we spring forward and fall back. Like
What's
just
all
leave
that?
that shit
Just
alone.
leave it.
Just leave it alone.
Too much work making shit complicated.
You know what I mean? It just doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense.
Not
Anymore. I mean, at one point or look, let's chalk it up on a list of things that just no longer work the way they should.
We just need to just
Our tax system doesn't work the way it
no,
should.
need to be revamped tremendously and cut back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fucking cut. We need to just go like 10
Which
years with no
which
tax.
another thing, dude, like people got so mad about like Doge cutting jobs and shit. Yeah, they were cutting irrelevant jobs for the most part.
Yeah, I know.
I've had this argument with some people, and
Listen,
every time they're like, "Oh yeah, they're cutting jobs," and I was like, "But is it an essential job?" They're like, "Oh well, they're cutting this for the FF or for not the FFA, but well maybe for TSA or employees from TSA got cut or some shit."
what was their
And
job?
they were like,
fucking
yeah, they were like, "Well, were they mechanics or were they the dude that hands the mechanic a wrench?"
yeah.
Because if it saves X amount of dollars a year to just cut that dude out and make the mechanic reach in and grab his own fucking wrench, is it really causing that big of a problem?
So this is the thing that people didn't realize about Doge. Doge, first of all, the whole argument of it's a made up organization is just false. Okay. He pretty much reallocated a department and changed it into Doge,
Rebranded
which he
it.
can. He can do. He has every right to do that. He could take any branch of the government and just rebrand it and name it something else and redirect their focus, which is what he did. And then second, their job, because every federal employee is paid through tax dollars. So the more federal employees you have, more tax dollars is being spent on them, which potentially means the more tax dollars you need because you have more employees.
Which is the more taxes that we get charged out of
Exactly.
our fucking ass.
So they went in and they cut the fat and said, okay, these fucking jobs are useless. They don't do nothing. This motherfucker goes to Starbucks and just grabs coffee for the office every day. This motherfucker's playing with his fidget spinner. Like, we don't need these guys. So, I mean, unfortunately, yeah, it sucks. I don't want to see anyone lose their job. That's the name of the game. Shit. Companies do that shit all the time. Times get hard. What do? Layoffs, cut back.
Right,
Get
they
rid of people.
downsize.
The federal government is a company too. Like,
Shit.
nobody in the federal government is entitled to their job for the rest of their life. Like, your shit is limited. And if you're not pulling your weight, it is what it is. And if the government restructures and decide you're the fat, It is what it is.
I mean, shit. There's even some companies out there that don't even have an HR department altogether. So like for people to get that offended or get that pissed off because oh my god they're cutting funding here,
That's
there, and
part of the game, though.
that happens, and it happens with every presidency. Every
States
time.
do it. California, I think, is getting ready to lay people off because they're fucking losing money like crazy.
Well,
Because
that's
they're
because
shitty.
California is ran by a bunch of retards to begin
Exactly,
with.
but
Sorry for dropping a hard R, but fuck.
exactly, they're losing money. What is their resort? To lay people off. Why? Because they have to pay them out of that allocated fund. So in order to preserve it, they gotta lower the cost.
That might be good for California. Because then they might be starting to realize we can't keep taxing motherfuckers. Our population is declining every fucking year. Right? Because California's
You're
population
crazy in
keeps.
your mind if you think that they're gonna say we can't keep taxing. This is the more than this gives them more reason to tax them more.
No. Well, that until they realize it, then they're gonna.
They ain't realize they trust me. I don't believe Gavin Newsom and Karen Bass and all these dum dums are as dumb as they freaking play out to be on TV. These motherfuckers are pretty smart.
No,
they
they're
know.
absolutely as dumb.
No, I think they're just playing into an agenda. That I honestly believe it. They know their fucking shit's failing. No way you can't fucking realize that.
You know what?
And why is Karen Bass refusing to show the financials now all of a sudden? Come on, bro, because she knows she ain't stupid.
Let me ask you this. Drop a comment and let me know if you would vote for Gavin Newsom as president or not.
Yeah, we're gonna put gonna put a thing on this.
I'll add a poll. I'll add a poll on the front page.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's go ahead and drop a comment and let us know if Gavin Newsom is somebody you would vote for next term. And if not Gavin Newsom, who would you vote for? I'm curious to hear that too.
The crazy part about Karen Bass's ass, she freaking supported the riots in LA. Now she's turning around and she's asking the public to help clean up the mess for the freaking World Cup.
Yeah. These people didn't give a shit.
You can't make this shit up.
You're asking the people that didn't give a shit and was willing to destroy everything to clean up shit that they destroyed, like they're gonna fucking actually jump in and do that. Be like, oh yeah, you're right.
No,
I fucked this up. I'm gonna help. No.
The irony in that is someone sent troops to prevent shit getting destroyed. You criticize them and talk shit, and you were in support of the destruction. But now you don't have enough employees to clean it up. And now you want the public's help.
Yeah.
Just this shit is playing out real time. This is crazy.
California just isn't a real place anymore.
This shit seems like it's a movie. Like like an apocalyptic zombie, the end of the world times movie.
Yeah.
It's crazy, man.
Cali ain't a real place no more.
It's fucking not. That shit's a joke. But don't fucking move here.
What game was it that I was watching also? There was a baseball game where they were singing the national anthem.
Dodgers.
Was it Dodgers?
What, the girl sung it in Spanish?
No. That I don't mind. But there was I think it might have been New York. They sing the national anthem, and when they cut to the Jumbotron, where they normally show the American flag, they show the fucking gay pride flag. You're doing the national anthem. That is not your national flag. Like, why would you? Like, I get it. It's Gay Pride Month. Okay, that's still not the flag. Like, what is wrong with you being supportive of American made shit?
I don't know. It's like
it's almost heartbreaking to see how little patriotism there is out there anymore.
So much hate, but then they don't leave.
They hate the country they live in and refuse to go to all these other places that they want to protest for.
Listen, all you fucking Californians, why are you moving here? It's shitty, right? It's too expensive. You don't make enough money. The rent's high. The gas is high. The traffic sucks. So you leave because it sucks. Do the same thing. If you don't like the country, then leave. Go somewhere else. Shit.
And then let us know how easy it is to get your citizenship at the place you're going to, and then we'll see if America is truly that bad. I mean, because all we do is hear stories, right? We hear people talk about all the time, which I've mentioned that before too, that we need to revamp our system to make it a little faster. There's no reason that someone should be waiting in a line 15 plus years to become a citizen if they're doing all the right things. And I agree That should be fixed.
Yeah.
And does that promote some people to want to cut the line and get in? Absolutely.
But I also think we should put a cap. It should just be X amount. We should have a hard number a year, and that's it. No more, no less.
Now, is there one already? And could that be part of the reason why
I don't know.
there's such a wait?
Let's see.
Let's look that up. See, look, this is why I like doing this, having random shows like this. Because then we kind of get to throw some questions around and try to discover some shit. Because that's very plausible that maybe we do have some sort of cap number.
We're
And
just
maybe
ignorant.
that's why. Now, if there's not a cap number and it just takes that long because people are fucking knuckle draggers and they don't want to do their fucking jobs, that's another problem on itself.
Well, I do think our government is slow in every level. Even when you go to the fucking DMV.
Just look at the Nevada DMV. Yeah.
It's just slow as snails, bro.
No, you know what? The DMV, I think, is just a us problem. Because there's other
that's
people
in California too, bro. That
Really?
shit was trash, bro. In California, the DMV isn't open on the weekends. Well, back when I lived there years ago.
I mean,
So that
ours
was
is
the
only
one-
open for a limited time on Saturdays, anyways. It's not.
Doesn't matter. That's a fucking leg up. That shit was only open Monday through Friday, business hours. You would go to the DMV and be there all day, like 5-6 hours just to do some shit. Shit sucked.
That's crazy. Leave that as a comment as well. What is one system here in the US that you would like to see revamped or adjusted or completely demolished? Please be respectful in the comments. Don't just go out there and spread hate and shit. We're not trying to do all that. We're just speaking our minds, giving our opinions and our thoughts. And it's okay if you disagree. That's the beauty of our amendments and our rights here, is that we have the right to disagree and have our opinions and say and state what we want.
So it states that there is a limit.
An annual limit.
Yes, but it doesn't specify what the limit is. And then here, where under green cards, it says the U.S. limits the number of green cards available each year with specific quotas for family-sponsored and employment-based categories. Each country is generally limited to 7% of the total green cards available. It don't specify exactly the number.
Okay. That's something we could look into more, because I'm sure there is
Yeah.
somewhere that states it. And I know they have a bunch of different visas. Like, you got visas for schooling. You got temporary work visas. People could come
Wow.
here and work like the hard seasons. if
Check
they
this
want.
number out. In 2023 fiscal year, approximately 878,500 immigrants became U.S. citizens.
How many?
878,500 in 2023 became citizens in America. That's a lot.
And y'all getting mad at the numbers we're deporting? We let almost 1 million become citizens?
2022, 969,400 became naturalized. Yeah.
So it sounds like a little more than 250,000 every year, close to 1 million, are becoming
That's
citizens
the ones
every
that
year.
become citizens. That ain't the ones that we give work visas to or all those type of different types of things.
See, so what y'all complaining? That don't make sense.
I told you, spoiled brats, bro.
Obama, Bush, Clinton, all these people deported more people.
Way more.
Like, I think Obama deported what, like 5.2 million or some shit like that?
Yeah.
Like, come on, man. Just be realistic, people.
I mean, I get it. It's not perfect, but again, like I used the house analogy. You can't allow everyone to come into your home or you won't have a home anymore.
Yeah.
The light bill is going to run up. The gas bill is going to run up. The water bill is going to run up. You ain't going to have any food. At some point, you're going to be like, fuck am I going to work for?
Right.
I can't sustain 15 people living in my household and I'm the only one working or only 2 of us are working. It's not going to work.
That work don't work.
And the biggest overlooked situation with immigration that I think is we've abolished slavery. We're not for slavery. But you don't realize that a lot of immigrants that come over here illegally are slaves. They go and work for these farms, as you guys say, oh, who's going to pick our fruit? They get paid next to nothing. They get no health care. They get treated like shit. They get talked down upon. Some of the women get raped. And it's like, what can you do? The people doing these things to them is telling them, what you going to do? I will call ICE on your ass. So you want those people living like that? Like I think that's worse.
True.
That's fucked up.
True. You mentioned slavery.
Yeah.
Can't bring up slavery in June, and I talk about Juneteenth.
Juneteenth. You know?
You mentioned a story before we started recording. I wanted you to kind of retell that story because you made some very valid points as regards to educating people, for one, and for two, for people to get out of
Just a quick little snippet.
their own ways. What you got?
Bill Clinton deported approximately 12.3 million people.
Said, get the fuck out. He kicking motherfuckers out.
Damn.
So he did 12.3 or what? 12.2? 12.3. Obama did 5.3. What did Bush do? What did Biden do? Look those up too. Because I'm curious about that. And then I do want you to tell that Juneteenth story as well about the auto shop. I just
Oh yeah, talk about it.
well all right, so
I'll just throw the number out when I get it.
all right, so it was an auto shop, correct?
Yes.
Do you remember where?
No.
Okay. So there was an auto shop. This is again the story he told me where employees at the auto shop were talking amongst each other about Juneteenth. One of them mentioned the banks being closed, so I don't know if he was trying to do a deposit for the auto shop or if he was trying to get cash or whatever. But he mentioned it was closed. And he was like, "Why is it closed?" "Oh, it's for Juneteenth." And the employees started talking amongst each other, and they were like, "Well, what is it? Is it a holiday? Supposed to be a day off? Like, what is it? Blah blah blah." And because they were talking about it and they didn't know what happened, one of the customers overheard their conversation.
So Bush did 10.3 and Biden did 4.4.
All right, so all of them have so far deported more people than
Yeah.
our current president.
So
Great.
far.
Now pick up the story where I left off
Yeah,
because you know a
so
little more of the details. So she overheard their
was a-
conversation.
It was a surveillance camera inside of the auto shop where she was at. She was sitting there. You can see her sitting there. She's just on her phone, minding her business. And one of the people in there, which happened to be a fair-skinned person, um, he was all like, "Why are all the banks closed, dude?" I don't know if he worked there. Or he was just a customer. Then one of the employees was like, "Juneteenth," like, and he's like, well, "What the hell is Juneteenth?" Like, I don't know. I guess some kind of holiday. Is it even a real holiday though? And then you see the white lady. She's like, "I think it got something to do with reparations or something." The black lady that's sitting there,
The
she's a
customer, correct?
she
Okay.
gets upset and she gets up and she tells them to bring her truck. Pretty much leaves. She storms out. For some reason, huh? No. I just needed to get that ash off. That's why I wasn't lighting.
Okay.
Um, and for some reason, the owner of the store decided to post the video to like defend his employees. Kind of like, well, you know, but they've gotten backlash. People are boycotting. They're on it. They doing reviews. They talking shit. And I mean, listen, did it seem like they were a bit insensitive? Yeah, I would say that. But I mean, ignorance is ignorance. At that moment, that was a moment to educate. Not everybody's gonna know what certain things are. Like, how long did it take you to find out what Juneteenth really was about? Some of you probably don't even know the actual reason why we celebrate 4th of July. So I say that to say not everything is worth being offended and copping an attitude and being negative. I mean, if we want people to respect our shit and accept our shit, sometimes we gotta step up to the plate and lead by example and just teach. Like that was a
Well,
moment to teach them ignorant ass employees.
and that's what I was gonna brush on right now. Is you made the good point where that was her time where she could have maybe just calmly educated. Be like, "Oh, this is what Juneteenth is. Sounds like you guys didn't know. Let me tell you." Right? Instead, she got pissed off. She got offended, and maybe, just maybe, She didn't even know what Juneteenth was. And
Mm-hmm.
maybe she only got offended and acted the way she did because that's how she is being shown and taught by the media these days, that that's how you're supposed to react. Oh, how dare you? How dare you say anything about a holiday meant to talking about black people being free in Texas and blah, like, you know what I
I
mean?
mean,
Like
because
she probably didn't even know.
Juneteenth just became a federal holiday under Trump's first presidency. So, like I said, it's new. Some people probably even never noticed it on them. I mean, I just learned about this shit about 5, 6 years ago myself. No, well, a little longer. I would
Shit,
say.
I only know because it shows up on the paycheck, so I get that pay for it.
Well, yeah, you know you get paid for it, but did you know what it was about?
At first, no.
That's what I'm saying. Is
Yeah,
some people probably heard the name, oh Juneteenth. Oh yeah, it's a holiday. But if you look on the calendar at each month, you're gonna see some shit on there that's considered a holiday, but we don't get it off. Okay. But you're not gonna know what it is. That's just that's just how it is. I mean, we're just being honest, man. Us Americans, man, a lot of us are ignorant as fuck.
no lies, no lies.
Yeah. So I don't know. Each to his own. I just I just operate in that light. I'm not about to be offended by it.
Look, if you spend your whole day being offended by something that someone says, you're gonna be offended all the time. That's no way to live your life. Don't be offended by everything. Just let shit roll off sometimes. Be the bigger person. Or again, learn how to calmly express your position or your feelings or your thoughts. You don't gotta be a dick
But
and
you,
and overreact all the fucking time.
I had this debate with somebody the other day. They were talking about Juneteenth. They said Juneteenth is a black holiday. I don't believe in that. Juneteenth is a holiday for America. It represents the freeing of the black people at that time, but it's an American holiday.
It wasn't even about
Just,
freeing
just
black people either. It was just about letting black people that didn't know they were free already,
no, because they were still slaves.
but because they didn't know they were free.
No, but they were still slaves because the handlers were still treating them like slaves and making them do work.
Because they didn't know. They didn't have they
Exactly.
didn't have access to
Exactly. So
know.
they were free because people came in and said, "Hey, you fuckers are doing wrong right now. Set these people free
That
because they're technically already free." So yeah, they were freed.
but
They
they
just
didn't
didn't
know.
know.
Exactly. Again,
But
more ignorance.
the issue that I have with the whole black holiday, white holiday, is people are also saying that 4th of July is not a black holiday and we shouldn't celebrate. It's a white holiday.
That is,
I'm like, how can you say that?
are you American? Are you on American soil? Do you live here? Were you born and raised here?
But how can you say that when black people fought in the Civil War too?
Exactly. Have none of
And
you fucks watched Glory?
a lot of black people became free because they fought Civil War.
Yeah.
So I'm like, how you gonna say that that's not our holiday?
Shit, that was one of the first things they were able to do to gain their freedom, right? So that if anything, that sounds pretty black to me.
It's a part.
That should be more reason for you to want to celebrate it. Hey, this is when some of our ancestors first became free, was because they fought for their freedom.
Yep.
Like, what the fuck? Just goddamn
I
fucking
know,
ignorance.
bro. The division.
We first off, yeah, that's the biggest part is we bring
Divided we
color. We bring color into fucking everything.
Divided we fall, big dog.
It's so just asinine. Like,
We're literally ripping ourselves apart from that. Literally.
what can we do to change it aside from stop looking at everything through a racist fucking lens? Just gotta stop.
Love thy neighbor.
No, just don't covet thy neighbor's wife.
Don't do that. That's bad. That's bad.
That's too much love. That's too much love. Fuck.
You took that love word and went too far with that.
Ran with that shit. Ah,
Yeah.
but yeah,
Love thy neighbor. Yeah, man. Treat people how you want to be treated.
Yep.
And stop blaming a fucking 30-year-old motherfucker about something that happened 400 years ago. That nigga's 30, bro. he don't.
I don't know that shit.
Bro, can you imagine if all of us were judged based off of something that one of our relatives did years ago who we don't even know? We probably don't even know that person's name.
Look, so I learned this saying from Marcus Aurelius. I don't know if I've shared it with you before or not. But your soul gets dyed by the color of your thoughts. So if you keep looking at everything and saying, "Oh, that's racist. Oh, this is bad. Oh, that's this, that, and the next," and it's negative, all you are going to do is just blacken your soul to the point where everything has a cloud over it. And that's no way to live. So learn to be positive, learn to be forgiving. Let's learn to let go of the past because nobody has a polished past. Everybody has demons. Everyone's got some skeletons in the closet. I know I myself have a fucking entire graveyard. We need to learn to look past that shit and move on. Because if not, it's just going to keep consuming us as people, as a nation, as a country. And it's going to get us nowhere but ruined and in ashes, like the great Roman Empire that once was, and every other empire that there once was.
Yeah.
Even before that.
What are we? We're the youngest and one of the youngest nations. We're going on 300 years.
Yeah.
Coming up on that time.
Hopefully
for
not.
destruction, bro.
Hopefully not. But as always,
Subscribe, share. Before you show that you care, wake the fuck up. We out.
and we love y'all. We out. God.